Listening to heart means what? In a given session, we have to listen to the heart. Is the heart related to mind? Heart is related to intellect? Or what is this heart? So the heart, when here he say, your innermost feeling. Okay, that innermost feeling you have to listen to. If you listen to your mind, mind is full of desires, ambitions, anxieties, fears. If you listen to your mind in any situation, probably you're on an emotional roller coaster. Okay. So the mind is actually directed by the intellect. Intellect is a decision maker. Normally in our life, the intellect has to make a decision. Do this and do that. Intellect does the makes a decision mostly on rational basis. It finds a logical answer to the solutions in problems in life. Now, many times the logical answer seems to be correct, but deep inside there is an intuitive feeling. I have to do something. Okay. So this intuitive feeling comes from the higher mind or higher consciousness. You can call it God or higher consciousness. So you have to listen to that higher consciousness or higher mind. Is called listen to your heart. Heart in Sanskrit means hridayam. Okay, Radi ayam. Radi means from this place the I am. This is there. That feeling of I am arises. That is nothing but consciousness. So when the intellect is aligned with the consciousness, or intellect is aligned with the higher consciousness, so then there's a intuition which comes into picture. Okay, so that intuition is what you have to listen to. That we call as higher call. Okay, so now this higher call may be contrary to your logical understanding of life. Intellect may be contradicting it. I'll just tell you one example, one story of Swami Tapovananandaji. Tapovanandaji is Guru of Swami Chinmayananda. There is a there's a prescription that monks should not carry anything other than what is their 1 day requirement. More than 1 day's requirement they should not carry. Means they have to live day-to-day basis, and God will take care of them. That's the understanding. Okay. So now Tapovanandaji Maharaj was going on Himalayas, and suddenly there was a storm. Okay, and he had exhausted the food. He was supposed to reach the ashram. Now, because of the storm, he has lost his way. Okay, he has no food. He's stuck in snow, and there's no way to go. Right. At that moment, he thought, "What to do now?" But then, deep inside, it said, "It will be taken care." That is that intuition. That's a higher call. Okay, and he fell unconscious. After some time, he woke up. Some people are throwing water on his face, rubbing his foot, and waking him up. So then he woke up and he found thieves. In that Himalayan area, there are thieves. So those thieves actually they rob the businessmen. Businessmen carry the food items on donkeys or mules and take to other part of the Himalayan region. So these thieves go and attack those businessmen and rob their items. So what they saw, these thieves were these thieves were on their way, and they saw a bundle of colored cloth from a distance. They thought some businessman has left some stuff there. So they came from that place and saw this monk unconscious and woke him up, and then they give the food. Then Swami said, there's a Bhagwan's assurance that if you live with the faith in me, you'll be taken care. So that is the. Now this is not logical. Okay, there's no way logically in Himalayan region you can get a food. Okay, there's something higher consciousness works. So that higher consciousness working is beyond the intellect and beyond the mind. But that higher consciousness speaks to you what direction you have to take. That's called intuition. That's heart speaking. Now the listening to the heart is a challenge. Okay, for listening to the heart, which may contradict your intellect, is difficult. So for listening to the heart, your intellect has to become pure. Intellect has to have Shraddha, faith. Intellect has to become pure. How does it become pure? Through your sadhana, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, dana yoga, kriya yoga. Intellect has to become pure. That is able to listen to the heart or higher call. Okay. So now the people who take the higher call, they will not know the path. Okay. But they know only the call has to be taken. And the call will be very contrary. The call will be, it will not make sense with respect to mind. It may not make sense to intellect, but they take the call. What happened to in case of Prabhupada, founder of ISKCON, right? He was 64 or 65-year old. Okay, so now he wanted to meet his guru, and before he reached his guru, guru had passed away. But guru had, before dying, he had written a letter to Prabhupada, go and teach Krishna consciousness to the Western society. That letter had come to his house. So then Prabhupada takes that as his instruction at the age of 65 or 64, whatever I said. So then he goes and asks, seeks help from somebody to get a ticket to America, and some money he raises, and he gets into a cargo ship, not even the passenger ship, cargo ship. And in that cargo ship, 2 times he has a heart attack, but he has full faith in the message given by Guru. That's the inner call. So now you are going to a country where nobody knows you. You don't know what is. The path is not known, but call has come. This is the challenge. Okay, what to do you don't know, but the call is there. So he goes there, and what to do? In New York Square, he stands and starts chanting Hare Krishna. It is like in MG Road where somebody starting chanting Hare Krishna. You don't know. And slowly people gather and becomes a huge movement. And imagine between the age of 65 and 75, he has built 108 temples worldwide. 108 temples. And millions of followers. And everybody chanting Hare Krishna. All these Western people, the Indian people are ashamed of chanting Krishna, God's name. These Western people chanting Krishna's name and dancing. And it all happened, okay? He listened to his inner call, higher call. But now listen to the higher call and go there is guts required. Okay, it's not easy. You don't know what path to take. Intellect is able to show you the right path. Okay, this is where you go because it works on data. Mind will show you some desire. Whereas higher call, you just have to believe it and go. You have to have faith. Okay, some path will open up. So that is called higher call. Okay, listening to the heart means that. Now there is emotions also, emotions and feelings also. Okay, that's listening to the emotion and feelings another thing. Okay, that I'll tell you. That listening to the heart also means listening to emotions and feelings. So, for example, when I'm just giving an example, is that you have a child. Okay, the child is a child. Child means a grown-up child. So he is in difficulty, and you have to give him some money. So your intellect says, no. Grown-up children have to stand on their own legs. Okay, you should not support them. Whereas your heart or emotions or feelings says, no, I have to give some money. He's my child. Whom shall I give? So then you will listen to your feelings or emotions. When you listen to your feelings and emotions, ultimately it may not turn out to be right. Okay, it may put you on a path of downhill also. Right. Similarly, when you listen to higher call, you don't know where you'll go. Okay, all that you know is you have to listen to the higher call. Right? When Mata Amritandamai was some 14 or 15-year-old, parents brought their marriage. They have to arrange a marriage, right? So they arranged one person to come to the house for the boy to see the girl. So a 15 or 16-year-old girl, right? So this girl took a big stick and chased that boy away. Now at that age, at that point, it's only inner call. You don't know when you realize it's only call. Okay, you don't know what will lead to. Right? I don't know whether she'll realize that she'll become such a worldwide figure, but she'll listen to her call. So listening to the inner call is very Okay. So you can listen to your emotion, you can listen to feeling. Then there is something called gut feeling. So in our gut, which is actually stomach area, there are cells which are similar to the brain cells. So now these are able to take a decision. So gut feeling is actually a natural instinct for survival. Okay. So it is there in all the animals. When your survival is in question, there's no time for the signals to go to the brain. Some decision has to happen. That decision can happen based on the gut feeling. So, for example, there is gut feeling also is called instinct. Okay. So when tsunami happened, there was tsunami in coastal area, the southern part of India. The sea receded, and all human beings got very curious, and they started walking towards the receding sea to find out what is happening. Whereas all animals got a sense of fear and they ran away from that sea. And none of the animals died in tsunami. All human beings who went there, most of them died. So the animals have an instinct. Okay, the instinct is comes from gut feeling. The instinct is there for survival. Any animal, it should be able to tune to the smallest threat which is coming. It is able to respond to that very quickly. The gut helps in that. As human beings, what has happened? We are brought up in such a protected environment. Our gut feeling doesn't. We don't listen to our gut feeling. Anyway, gut is covered with big fat tires of belly, so you don't know whether any gut feeling is left. So that's called listening to gut. So listening to feeling means your feeling. Listening to mind means your desires. So mind always says alcohol. I want to drink alcohol. Let's say alcohol or smoke. Intellect says no, no, no. Mind will force and have its way. If you listen to your mind, you're trapped. If you listen to intellect, at least intellect will say no, no, it's not good for your health. Listen. Many people are addicts. They are not able to listen to their intellect. Their mind, they listen to the mind and they get trapped. So listening to intellect is better. So listening to higher call is much better because it can take you somewhere. But the question is, can be? Is it clear? Any questions?
Guts is also related to bravery, no?
No, that's what I say. Here guts means guts is related to courage, bravery, because the Manipura center is center of willpower. Okay, Manipura is the center of willpower. So those who are people who are has a strong will, they have a strong Manipura center, and that's near the gut area. So he has strong guts, they say. Okay, actually they are saying Sam strong Manipura chakra. Okay, so now gut feeling is about ability to foresee a threat, a survival instinct, whereas the intuition is a higher call. And problem with the higher call is you don't know whether it's higher call coming or your mind itself is making the higher call. You don't know. So mind itself can clear a lot of false signals, false calls. Are you clear?
Intuition.
Huh?
Intuition.
Intuition is that intuition is the idea, inspiration which comes in the intellect, and when the intellect is in tune with the higher mind or higher consciousness. In intellect is taking a decision, it will take a decision based on sense inputs. Logical. Intuition is not logical. Intuition not depend on the sense inputs. Intuition is based on some input which is beyond sense inputs. So that we call as higher mind or God's will. Okay, you have to listen to that if you can.
Yeah, so intuition and sixth sense are more or less.
Okay, what is sixth sense? Sixth sense is slightly different. Sixth sense is beyond the sense organs. Some object is there. For example, sitting here and viewing some objects somewhere. It's called remote viewing or telepathy, reading the mind of somebody else. So these are all related to, since they are all related to a happening in the world. Okay, a extraordinary ability of the mind to be able to sense something which is beyond sense organs. Its ability to sense. Okay, intuition or inner call is an input, not from the senses. Okay. The sixth sense is ability to sense what is happening.
Fasting. present and future.
Possible, past, present.
So brain becomes the sixth sense organ.
No, no, the Adna Chakra, this
Third eye.
center,
Okay.
right? Third eye. It becomes the organ for sixth sense. It's called pineal gland or whatever. It can be a skill which can be developed. It's not that very easy. But higher call is not developed. Higher call or the intuition has to come, and that comes on a very purified mind. So now all that you can do is purify your mind, wait for that call if it comes. As long as you don't confuse your own mind, confusing calling that as call. Okay.